With me live, I would like to welcome Dr. Robert Stein. He's the managing partner at Professor Dr. Engineer Stein and Partner Germany. Hello, Dr. Stein.
Hello.
We are delighted to hear more about your presentation under the title Work-Based Online Training as a Prerequisite for Water Infrastructure Development. The construction, operation and maintenance of our water supply and wastewater disposal infrastructure are certainly among the most complex infrastructure tasks in urban areas. Now, the floor is yours. We are delighted to hear more about that. Thank you.
Thank you too. Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Briefly, let me say some words to the initial situation. Worldwide, there's a considerable lack of knowledge about solutions for the construction, rehabilitation, and management of water and wastewater infrastructures. It's not just done with purchasing the right equipment. We have to have the right design, the right application. And quite often we see that good money is wasted for essential infrastructure in a way that we can't expect that these supply and disposal lines will last long. Here, a picture from a Middle East country. Here, another picture, they installed manholes, plastic manholes worth more than 400 million euros. We were involved in the root cause analysis because all these manholes were poorly designed and doomed to fail. So they had to be completely replaced. Or here, an example from a very rich, small Middle East country, a new pipe jacking project. And you see here the infiltration right after installation. So alone this project measure is defect right from the beginning. So we have to install water supply and wastewater disposal lines, and we have to do it right because there are certain constraints. First here, actual access to water and sanitation for all the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and this has to be done under acceleration aspects like climate change and like urbanization. If you knew the news from 2017, where Cape Town was close to the day zero, where it could not provide any more drinking water. And this infrastructure is becoming more and more complex. And the expertise to manage, to operate, to maintain, to rehabilitate these complex infrastructure is less and less available. So support is needed. And you have to do it. All the countries need to have their own experts. And therefore, we look for a work process oriented, a lifelong learning approach by providing adaptive learning resources for all professionals, regardless of their educational background or qualification level. So if it's technicians or engineers, just from the university or an expert engineer. And we want to do this via an e-learning platform, which is called UniTrack. And this term stands for Underground Infrastructure Training and Competence Center. And since 20 years, we develop here content and visualize this content. So today, lessons are available for structured learning and working with didactical structured concepts. These lessons are grouped together to entire courses according to certain topics which enable a certification process. The platform, for example, includes more than 16,000 images, many of them highly visualized with 3D computer animations. It contains complete technical books or reference books in a multimedia form. It includes animation, site documentations, virtual construction sites, and a lot of videos. So it's all the topics for installation, operation, design, rehabilitation, and management are here visualized. And we receive for this development the largest or the most highest award you can have here in Europe, the European e-learning award. The idea is to enable self-learning with due to a high motivation And this motivation comes from an easy, understandable content. And for that, we use visualization. So a lot of pictures and graphics are visualized in such a form. And as I mentioned, alone 16,000 images and pictures are included into this e-learning platform. Multimedia reference books. So a lot of books with horizontal directional drilling, trenchless installation, rehabilitation, operation, inspection, you find here. So some of these books are international bestsellers on special topics. So they are included, like, for example, this book, Rehabilitation of Drains and Sewers, which is kind of standard literature in Germany and which is translated in several languages worldwide. How does such a book look like? Here you get some impressions. Also here you see that we highly use graphics, visualizations to get an easy understanding. Then we have real job site documentation. So you see the implementation of such a technique. And this is not done with just some slides. For example, the job site documentation includes task formulation. So here, construction preparation, construction site preparation, rehabilitation preparation, rehabilitation work and final work and test. And this can be, such a documentation can include 200 pictures. Here you see some aspects of the preparation of the rehabilitation or the installation, in that case, of a winding machine to manufacture here a spirally wound pipe. Here you see, for example, how this pipe is connected to the manhole. And all of these pictures can be highlighted and are documented. So we try to bring expert knowledge and very detailed knowledge here to the engineers. Other concepts include virtual construction sites to get a very fast understanding of a application or technique. The technique is completely animated. And because with the 3D animation, we can open the ground and therefore we can see and show things which cannot be seen just by documenting it with a video or by photos. And all this learning is managed by an own desktop where you can control your courses, where you can see your learning progress or communicate with the tutor. These modules are always accompanied by an introductory video. Several international experts are working with us. Here you see, for example, Dr. Tom Isley from the United States giving an introductory speech to the topic of pipe replacement. And here's some impressions how such a course looks like. For example, how does such a dynamic pipe bursting tool works, or what is the bursting length. And here you see the aspect of visualizing for a better understanding. There are icons here for pressure pipes or for vacuum pipes. All the components are visualized, accompanied by real construction site graphics. And this picture gives a very important example because this site shows or wants to demonstrate which factors influencing the bursting force. You have just heard about this technique minutes ago. And if I destroy an existing pipe, three aspects are essential. It's the breaking resistance of the old pipe, it's the displacement capability of the soil, the embedment, and the amount of expansion. So three terms we just visualize with a picture so that an intuitive understanding is given, and the engineers, the technicians who go through this content easily memorize it. And with that, we can generate a huge learning success through this, let's say, graphic speech we have. And all this content is implemented in this platform. So we not just want to convey knowledge, where it's needed, 24/7. We also want that you can interact with this knowledge, that you can have your own exercises, and at the end you can check it and get a certificate. In Germany, for example, we cooperate here with the University of Aachen for the certification process. So the idea is to accompany learners, students, technicians, workers, engineers from the beginning and enable them to realize a career in this field. And for you to have the chance to target specific people who need to build up a certain competence. Because if you cannot control the processes and this selection of techniques, the implementation of techniques, the operational management of an infrastructure by your own, it will be critical. And then failures, as I have shown it at the beginning, will occur. So education is for us the most important tool. And therefore we see a work-based online training as a new service 4.0 concept, because we want to combine engineering services and the implementation of these techniques with a web-based service infrastructure. And if you like it, even with an expert help desk. And with that, bring a service concept into the market, which is unique. There are many excellent techniques available, many excellent design firms available, but at the end, when these techniques are not applied correctly, then the money is wasted. And therefore, to combine the implementation or the selection of techniques with knowledge is for us a very important solution to solve your problems. In Germany, this is already used also to train expert engineers. We have in Germany the DWA, in America, it's, for example, ASTM, who is developing here in Germany the standards, who is distributing, for example, all these online courses. And so you can even get a DWA certificate. Internationally, we cooperate with the University of Waterloo, a university in Canada, which is our international education partner. Just a last slide to get an idea how this training is accepted. This year we had 800 participants for the course Open Trench Installation. And this was done in cooperation with a society called Güterschutz Kanalbau, who is responsible to assure the quality of construction firms in Germany. And they evaluated the participants, and here on the right side you see the results. 89% were extremely satisfied with the course. 85% said the course fully met their expectations. 87% would recommend the course to others, and 88% thought this course was worthwhile. The 800 participants, a huge was a crossover about newcomers, young engineers up to senior engineers from all divisions of planning departments, construction departments, surveillance departments. And it was just an exclusive online training. So we could prove for the first time that this form of visualized online training really can address the specific needs of the industry. And online training, not just because of Corona, but because that knowledge hubs are not everywhere available in every country. Therefore, online training is, from our point of view, the only a chance to distribute this knowledge where it's needed everywhere on the world. And with that, I thank you for your interest. And here you see some web pages. It's unitrack.com or our engineering company page, Stein Engineer, or when it comes to asset management, please feel free to check it for further information. Otherwise, I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stein. Thank you for giving us a better idea of the importance of these individualized training courses and individualized path, for sustainable learning and development. I see we don't have questions yet, but also the same. Sometimes we get questions in later on, so we will be glad to forward it to you. Thank you for your time again. And I would love to go ahead with our next presentation right now.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.